Hi everyone, what I'm going to tell you is that Malaysia is a big ass country. Malaysia is a very big ass, and the Prime Minister is also F Mickey Mouse Prime Minister. Luckily, being a Chinese, I'm not living in Malaysia because there'll be a chance that the Malaysian government or the authority will persecute me or anyone who doesn't understand their Malay language. The Mickey Mouse new PM banned English to be used in any government service to communicate with anyone. As to say, people who are in the government can use English. Not at all. Otherwise, they will be penalized. If you don't know how to speak Malay, you'll be in deep shit trouble, even if you're a tourist, just to go there. Because anyone you see over there will not speak English to you. For example, if I'm in hospital, how am I able to communicate with the doctors and the nurses? Same in the police station. I'll be treated very unfairly. Everywhere, including the immigration. This is the reason why there's so much corruption in Malaysia, and people who are not Malays are always unhappy with the government, especially with that stupid Mickey Mouse. The new PM is just bringing Malaysia more backward with more drugs, more crimes, and more corruption. And the most ironic thing is that he could even wear a stupid, so-called designer shirt, cost about few $1,000s to show off. Isn't Najib and his wife case enough? And now can't this PM wearing like Mickey Mouse? The government in Malaysia is getting more F up, mediocre, and getting worse and worse. In addition, they have been changing the Prime Minister like nobody cares. What kind of democracy and what for the people in Malaysia? Ain't any democracy but a deceive-cracy. To deceive all Malaysians, all citizens, to support them and vote for them. Then later they back their own words that they promise to take care of the Malaysians or help the citizens and or even progress the country. All are their bullshit, trying to deceive people for power and money. Banning the use of English in Malaysia is just making all people suffer, and people will get harder to live together in harmony. Look at China. For example, if the Chinese didn't learn English, China would not grow so fast and so big but become a low-class country. But this Mickey Mouse PM has no brain. He just wants Malaysia to become a hermit and low-class country. Is there any Hollywood Malay movie so far? Or any M-pop that's internationally accepted, like what we see in K-pop? No, so how could we have the fantasy of big face to tell people to stop using English? You know which is the most successful country in the world to bring all kinds of races and all kinds of people into one? That is Singapore. Why? Because we use English regardless of what race we have that make us so close and so connected and so strong to bond each other until we become so Singlish. But this gives us a lot of freedom to communicate with each other and also to choose different types of girls we want to marry. In Malaysia, we could hardly see any Chinese marrying a Malay. See, the Chinese and the Malay are not even a little bit united. Because the Singapore government is very good at keeping racial harmony, much better than any other country in the world. Luckily, Singapore is not Malaysia. In Germany, when I went to some restaurants and bars, they only serve the Germans, but not people like me. In Germany, okay, when I was sitting there wanting to order some food, the servers could literally ignore me and see me as invisible, yet they are serving their own German people who were sitting right and left next to me. Isn't this very ridiculous in Western countries? This even happens in the US, especially in the countryside. However, I can't see this happening in Singapore anywhere. Malays, Chinese, Indians, and even other kind of races are getting together easily. So if that Mickey Mouse PM keep on spouting nonsense that English is not an important language, the future of Malaysia will be a disaster. Not only will it not unite the people, but we will also see more Chinese fighting with the Malays. What we may see is that they are fighting each other for those corrupt politicians, corrupt leaders, and that Mickey Mouse. The Malaysian leaders want to see a division among people in Malaysia to achieve their own selfish political corrupt agenda. Chinese one side, Malay one side, Indian one side, and whatever to other side. What Pakatan Harapan Party? Better call them Harapan Bodoh Party lah. They are simply breaking out the Malays from the Chinese so that Malays could vote for them in the next coming election soon. That Mickey Mouse knows that his position is really shaky, and this is why he is doing all kinds of ways to get what he wants. He and his corrupt leaders will not even care less about the harmony and togetherness among the common Malaysians of any type, but only very selfishly to make ordinary Malaysians become stupid voters or no-brain supporters to support their stupid election. This is what the democracy in Malaysia is all about. They lie, they steal, and they corrupt. Bring shame to the country and be boldly despised by the whole world. Malaysia tak boleh. Subscribe, like, share. Ciao.